Beaters, widows, bosgulls, how we all doing? On occasion, there are things that land in my inbox that I look at and I'm like, I don't want to look at Really Haunted again. I don't want to look at this channel, that channel again. Other times, there are things that land in my inbox where I'm like, that can't be real. Well, one of these things that have landed in my inbox is the WorldGate project. Travellers. Ooh, what's that? Well, the brief synopsis that I have managed to pull from this is some guy experimenting with sound, light, and various recording instruments. Claims that people can fly about to the other side, investigate the paranormal on the other side, and then come back and tell us their story. The guy that's running this is called J.W. Prather, and he claims that what he's doing is opening something called the WorldGate. And how does he open this? With frequencies and tones from speakers. So for the participants of this experiment, they have to wear blindfolds or like sleep masks, put on some headphones, and then they get blasted with music while they are transported over to the other side. Oh. And whilst there, they can fly about willy-nilly. Willy-nilly? Who the fuck says willy-nilly in 2024? And basically what's described is some form of astral projection, out-of-body experience. They're wired up to some cheap-ass ECG machine, or EEG machine, whatever they are. I don't know enough about this equipment, but a lot of the stuff in the background of this guy's videos are generic ghost hunting stuff. I've given out a very dumb explanation of what they're doing here, so hopefully the trailer for this WorldGate project is going to blow our minds. This is going to be very scientific. I'm expecting like a lab or a Stranger Things, some extravagant looking building, or an underground bunker, or something. So let's watch the trailer, shall we?
While at the granary...
Great. So this great scientific experiment looks like it's in an abandoned building with a tent sellotaped to the side of it.
I intend to conduct experiments. What I expect to find during the WorldGate...
Now, I know we shouldn't say that scientists look a certain way. You know, they're not all wearing white coats and round-rimmed glasses with, you know, wild hair on the sides, nothing on the top. Don't expect them to look like they've been working at Joe Exotic Zoo now, do we? 'Cause I saw a tiger.
Is that my participants are able to...
Okay, so they've got camping beds, CCTV cameras, Christmas lights, huge Yamaha speakers, and I know these Yamaha speakers because they are studio speakers that I used to own. This is looking less Stranger Things and more hidden in the back of some Amazon horror indie film than anything else.
To travel. You're going to be able to go and investigate on the other side, and then you're going to come back and you're going to have a story to tell.
Over the past decade or two, I don't think that we've really made any strides as
It's because you're just napping with music on.
As far as our understanding within the community. And so we have to try to push the boundaries.
He has scienced the hell out of this.
He scienced the hell out of this. I used to use one of those in primary school. We used to use it to mark out football pitches or badminton pitches. Okay. I mean, he's got a screen there, but that just looks like audio recording software that's being shown on it.
So that's what...
And the next monitor's got CCTV on it. Ooh, IDC intercom box. I wonder what that
really
is.
Impressed me.
This is like... words can't even describe. It's so above and beyond.
I don't care how far away the participant flies, but their job is to open a door behind them, and when they come back, close it. This is literally fuck around and find out.
Now, I am all up for experimentation. Clearly, the REM pods, the K2s, and the app are not working. They're not providing us the proof, so try something else. But when it's like, yeah, we've got the WorldGate project. Ooh, we can take you on a traveling journey through interdimensional travel, through sound and light and space and all this stuff. I just scienced the fuck out of it. Doesn't really cut it, does it?
I have actually astral projected before, but I'm excited to do this because this is in a controlled environment.
With the greatest of respect, there's a pentagram, there's a crystal. This lady has a belief system anyway. She could astral project in her mind in her opinion, or in her belief system, before this project. So there's a biased input there, just from my opinion. I'm not saying she's wrong, and maybe she genuinely can astral project. There's just no proof of it. Or at the very least, she believes that she can astral project. That is absolutely fine. But as part of this scientific experiment that these guys are running, there's a biased witness, because she already believes she has gifts that there are no proof for.
Environment.
And I try to be open with anything new in the paranormal that I try, so let's see where it goes.
He really does look like one of the guys from the house in between, which initially I was like, this is incredible. And then the more I've looked, me and Kenny Biddle will be covering that soon at some point next year. Parts 1 and 2, we're going to hit both of it in one. But
New in the paranormal that I try, so let's see where it goes, man. It's rock and roll.
A little nervous, very anxious for this, but a lot of excitement also.
I really do want to have an experience, and out-of-body experience would be really awesome. I hardly ever have things happen with me.
No matter what.
okay, this guy wants to experience it, but has never had an experience. There is somebody that is less biased than somebody wearing witchy woo-woo stuff. And I'm not taking the piss out of people that believe in it. If that's your belief system, fine, but there's no scientific data. And to run a scientific experiment, choose your subjects well.
What happens here, it's still going to be something worth talking about and something worth building off of.
Begin to imagine a door appearing.
I've heard stories about this, and we can travel. What does that mean? You know, am I going to be in another place, literally? It's like, is it going to be a dream state? I don't know.
You all right, bro?
Oh, yeah.
You sure?
Yeah, no, I mean, that's what I mean. I don't, okay, there's something to this, but I don't know what.
When he made eye contact, it was a look of absolute terror.
I tried as hard as I could.
I don't see no terror there. If they are seeing that image in whatever the masks they're wearing, if they are seeing this tunnel and these shapes coming towards them, they've got this bombardment of sound. We don't know exactly what hertz, frequencies, etc. are being pumped into them. To me, this is going to be like what PSI were doing with the PSI experiment, which is a basic rip-off of the Gansfield experiment. They added some of their own little bullshit bits into the Gansfield experiment, and it didn't take very long while researching, because initially when I watched what they were doing, I was like, this is interesting. But then you realise that they are inducing hallucinations. So the Gansfield does that. Well, that's what the PSI experiment does. And when I said, aren't you just doing this experiment and creating hallucinations in people? I was a toxic, nasty, horrible bully and a hates women and whatever the fuck else they accused me of. This, from a quick view, it doesn't look any different. There is not enough data in this advertisement for me for a start. But what I have seen, it looks like people are just being pushed into hallucinations.
Could to save him. And when he died, it just killed me.
Do I think it'll work? I don't know. It was extremely surreal. I was blown away.
It was fun. I loved it.
My biggest accomplishment is if the participants have an experience and come away with a different view.
I mean, that's an ITC spirit box, is it? Is that an ITC spirit box? Kind of looks like. The more equipment I'm seeing, the more I'm just like, nah.
Of the actual world, including the paranormal world.
Man, like it just, wow, right?
So looks at some other videos, right? So Scare Network is only advertising that. Episode 3, Travelers, teaser, official trailer. Okay, so we're looking on IMDb here because it's not on YouTube. Travelers, the WorldGate project, promises to captivate audiences with a unique approach to the supernatural. Unlike other series, it combines cutting-edge technology with ancient practices to explore realms beyond our own. Episodes will feature real-time experiments and investigations, offering viewers an unprecedented look into the mysteries of the universe. A groundbreaking paranormal show that combines cutting-edge technology with ancient practices, right? I mean, there's not much in the way of reviews there. One review, 10 out of 10. I'm not paying for this shit if I'm gonna... So I can watch this on Prime. I might give this a look. Right, let's have a look what Sean Austin has done. Sean Austin, The Goatman's Bridge. Sean is a demonologist, paranormal investigator, psychic medium. So this is somebody in on the investigation that is already a little biased. Right, he's been involved in 28 Days Haunted. I tried to watch that shower of shit. That show was embarrassing. But he's also been a producer on an Amityville movie, Demon Castle movie. He's a producer for horror movies. That kind of having a producer of horror movies and 28 Days Haunted, that was a Netflix shit show, as part of this scientific investigation. It destroys any credibility for me. Let's go back, see who else we've got in here. Right, Brandon Smith. What have you done? Right, this guy's a video producer, nothing to do with science. J.W. Pratt, this is the guy running it with a cowboy hat. Travelers WorldGate, Deathwalker with Nick Groff. Sorry, Nick Groff isn't real. He's just a less exaggerated Zach Bagans. The Dark Zone TV series. How are they calling this a scientific look when there's seemingly not a scientist involved? Who's Amy Schaefer? Travelers Gate. Oh, she's an actress. She was a sexy interviewer. An actress. Melissa Sprinkle, only known for this. Doesn't show a picture. Maybe she's the witch lady. Kayla Gregory. None of these are scientists. Chris Smith, actor. So Chris Smith is an actor. Ghost Asylum, I've never seen. An Exorcism Live. Howie Mandel presents. This is a crew runner. Austin Maynard, let's go. What have you done? Paranormal Lockdown with Nick Groff. Most terrifying. Destination Fear, fake. Paranormal Lockdown, fake. So with just a little research, what I'm looking at here is some unknown actors, some runners and riggers and things from TV shows that were ultimately full of shit. Some guy in a cowboy hat using some really dodgy looking equipment and making some of the boldest claims I've ever seen. There is not a scientific mind attached to this project. There are ghost hunters, people that believe in witchcraft, and there was a guy in the trailer, you saw it, and you probably saw me wince a bit. Somebody that's going through grief, and you could see the upset in his face, and he's like, I just want to talk to him again, and then it cuts. You've got bias there. Not intentional bias from him. That's somebody that wants to believe in the other side because of grief. Something I fully understand. But there's a bias there. A show like this, a program like this, that's advertising the way it is, where are your scientific minds? Where are your skeptical thinkers? Get Kenny Biddle involved in it. But I imagine what will happen is Kenny Biddle will take one look at the equipment, break it all down, because he's far smarter than I am and knows a lot more about the equipment than I do, and say, yeah, it's just triggering hallucinations. I may be wrong. Maybe Kenny Biddle will look at this and be like, ooh, this is interesting. But unfortunately, for me, this is just the modern equivalent of Ed and Lorraine Warren running around shouting fucking demon at everything when there's no such thing. Sorry, if that's what you believe, fine. The pair of them were liars and con artists as far as I'm concerned, and there's no proof that anything that they ever did was real. In fact, there's more proof to the contrary. This looks like what they do, but with flashing lights and noise. Just from the trailer, looking at IMDb, looking at the people involved, this thing just seems inherently flawed. I didn't see a scientific mind there, which is disappointing. But then if we look at the Scare Network, Amityville. Why is Amityville still being looked at like it's a paranormal phenomena? It's not. In fact, the whole Amityville thing is quite insulting, that a person murdered his entire family, and then because a pair of con artists turned up and said, yeah, it was a demon, people legitimately think this guy was innocent. The whole haunting of the house afterwards was complete bullshit. It was proved as complete bullshit. And as much as I love the Conjuring universe movies, some of them, I like the first two. I love the first two movies. The third one blew. I mean, why is Lorraine Warren suddenly the equivalent of Captain Marvel of the paranormal? And then you got all the spin-offs, and two of the Annabelle films were actually quite good. But what I'm saying here is the movies have detracted from the scumbags that Ed and Lorraine Warren were. The Conjuring movies put Ed and Lorraine Warren on a pedestal. They were already on one, but they gone up a notch. And it detracted from all of the nonsense because the movies say it's based on a true story. And people forget the shady shit that the two of them did. The really shady shit that Ed is accused of. And if this channel that's promoting them, the Scare Network TV, is still promoting people investigating Amityville, it's a lost cause for me. Because Amityville was unfortunately just a guy that killed his family. And I don't mean that in any disrespect to any surviving family on it. It's horrific. But people are more focused on ghosts, goblins, demons and ghouls because of Ed and Lorraine Warren's involvement and George Lutz's bullshit to make money, even though they've admitted They admitted they did it for money. Make it scary. Make it up. Yeah, writing this book over bottles of wine. And this scare network is promoting that. So if you're going to promote that and then this scientific thing that just doesn't look scientific, then I'm sorry. It looks like a pile of shit. I love the Conjuring movies as much as anyone else, but they're a work of fiction. Very loosely based on the fictional bullshit that Ed and Lorraine Warren put out. And I just want to write it off already as just another bullshit paranormal TV show that assumes their audience is fucking stupid. What a shame. Why can't we have real scientific investigators or scientific minds trying an experiment like this? Or have they tried an experiment like this and gone, yep, that don't work? And now people are still doing it years later, which is the case for EMF, REM pods, and I know, I'm becoming more and more cynical by the video, but that's just what happens when TV paranormal is in the toilet. For the most part, YouTube paranormal is in the toilet. You know, fakers running riot and everyone believing that shit. People are being attacked by bullshit investigators. You got the Phantom lady who was in a thumbnail, you know, is working with fakers, meaning that you're fake. Nobody said anything bad about her, but she felt attacked and all the rest of it. And it's like, oh, come on. Really? If you want to be taken as seriously as a paranormal investigator, you look at the channel and she's wearing latex and this shit. I ain't here to kink shame anyone. If you want to get dressed up and whatever. But what is this got to do with the paranormal? Absolutely fuck all. And then you tell somebody that they should unalive. And then you make comments about people. Comments like, oh, the Earth would be better, this planet would be better without you on there, whilst complaining about mental health. If you're wondering what I'm on about, go check out Mythos' recent video. And then she does a video saying, I apologise to no one. So 5 days ago, Mythos puts out a video. Ghost Hunter says haters are better as a ghost. And then 4 days ago, she puts out a video after telling somebody to, as you can see in the thumbnail there, and then she says, I apologise to no one. This is where the paranormal is going. You got people who are borderline dressed like they're going to make a porn film, masquerading as ghost hunters, claiming they're offended when people say anything negative about them, but then their defense is, go kill yourself. And yet we are the toxic, nasty, horrible community, the people looking for the truth. It blows my fucking mind. Yes, a lot of the debunkers make jokes, but it's jokes, it's comedy, it's fun. We like to inject a bit of comedy into our videos. I've never heard a debunker tell somebody to unalive or go jump off a cliff or none of those nasty, horrible, toxic things that these people are doing. You don't see debunkers mass organising people to go on these hate campaigns and quick everybody spam report this channel, because it's happening. It's happened to me, it's happened to Mythos, it's happened to the Side-Eye guy, it's happened to the Sheep. This underhanded, nasty bullshit, whilst labelling us as nasty and toxic, it is safe to say that the paranormal right now is in the fucking toilet. There are good, decent teams not getting views. There are the most abysmal teams I have ever seen doing the same thing week in, week out, jumping, screaming, running away, shouting, dude, bro, claiming it to be a paranormal investigation, while the people that are actually doing something that resembles a paranormal investigation are just stepped over and scraped off the bottom of people's shoes because they're boring. That's because the paranormal is fucking boring. Let me know what your thoughts are in the comment section down below. Much love to you all. Beardo out.